eventually became, then boom. No, 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 no. So there's going to be a supply from here. Hmm? Because there are people that will be using this as an inducement. But from what I've been teaching about structure and liquidity, you guys should know that this kind of supply we not hold. If you want to take a sell from this kind of supply, what do you want to see? You don't want to take a direct sell like this. Why? Because this leg here did not break structure. Price, it only pushed price down to take out internal range liquidity. Let me draw it very well. Let me draw it very well so that to look real. To take out internal range liquidity. Do we have a break of structure? No, we don't have a break of structure yet. So we only have a low, yeah, and a high, yeah, right? We only had a low and a high there. So we don't have a break of structure because this sell from here, only push price to take out internal range liquidity. So even though you want to take a sell from here, you have to patiently wait for the intent for price to, for price to give you that intent that okay, I want to sell low. That is when you not take a sell from there. But if that did not happen, then you don't have this kind of supply has a very high probability for price to take it out. So in this kind of scenario, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? Then we push, there's going to be a reaction from there because some people are trying to sell from there, right? Some people are trying to sell from there. So in most cases, we are going to have something like this. We are going to have a pullback. We are going to have something like this. Sometimes price might just push back a little bit, react from this, and then fail to the upside, leading to a break of structure. I guess this is what happened on Euro USD. Why sometimes price might react from this like this, right? React from there before breaking structure. Why sometimes price will take it out. Something like this, price will take this out, then react from let me give it a little space. Let me push this down a little bit. Like this. Right? So why sometimes price will take it out, then break structure. But sometimes any one of them, even price will not take it, price take it, any one of them, right? Now, in this kind of scenario, you understood that this place has become the flip zone because this was the area, what is it called? The supply field. For if you now want to take your entry from this kind of flip zone, what do you want to see? That is where we have that is when two types. We have two types. Now let me now draw the second one. I will now explain the difference between the type A and the type B. Let me draw the second one out. We had a push, a pullback, a push, a pullback. We had another push. We pushed to the upside. Then no, I'm sorry. I should have just copied it, but they are uh, they are scattered. So then push like this. So we had a little reaction. Any one of them. Now, let me move it down a little bit. It's still the same thing I'm explaining. We took out internal range liquidity. We broke structure. We reacted from this supply. This is the inducement, right? This is the inducement. Let me move it up a little bit to look more. This is the inducement. Then this is it. Then we reacted from there. It will make sense. Yeah, yeah. So let's say we mitigated this. Now, this is not the difference between the two. This is the difference between the two now. Type A, we reacted from this supply leading to a break of structure. Same thing, we reacted from the supply leading to a break of structure. In this kind of A, I will be expecting price. Okay, no, let's do it this way. I'll be expecting price. This is how it looks like. Sweep of liquidity. Then I'll be expecting price to print an inducement. I will need a little pullback, right? I'll need a little pullback, something like this. I'll need a little pullback, then give me a break of structure. So what has price done? Price has given me an inducement, right, into a zone. This is still the flip zone because this is now the last demand. This is the last demand that swept liquidity that led to this supply to fail, leading to a breakout structure. So I will not expect price to print an inducement into that demand. Then I will look for buy from there. Right? Are you getting me? So that is for the type A. So I'll be expecting price to now push here, then we continue the buy to the upside. Now for the type B, I don't need price to print an inducement because inducement has been printed from this leg already. So I'll just expect price to come down here, then come down here, take it out, and this is I think it is type B that happened on Euro, what is it called? Euro USD. Yeah, if I'm not wrong. Let's check it out. Euro USD. You can see that. Okay. Oh, I don't want to clear it. Oh God, I've scattered it. Okay. Right. Okay. Let me go back. So you can see that from the Euro USD, let me clear this out. From the Euro USD, it is type B that happened because the inducement was already printed from the leg before the break of structure. This is it. The inducement was already printed from the leg. This is the inducement. It was already printed from the leg before the breakout structure. So for the Euro USD, the inducement was already printed from this leg before the supply failed, before this breakout structure. This is the supply that we are talking about. This is the supply that price reacted from. So, the inducement was already printed before before the breakout structure. So this is a type B. Then let's now look example of type A. Type A is that we will not be expecting, inducement is not printed from this leg. Price only broke structure. So type A is we will not be expecting the inducement to print on its own separately. So let's look for an example. But let's look at, I'm sorry, let me clear. Let's just, I think I've seen, okay, no. Yeah. Okay, no, okay. Price has not come to take it out. So until we take that out, then we can know. Okay, let's oh, flip zone, flip zone, flip zone. Okay, this is a flip zone here already. Let me look at this flip zone. Yeah. Broke structure. Okay, price only came here. Alright. This is a very good okay, but this is more like higher time frame. But time frame is not the problem. You can see that here inducement, this is still Euro USD. You can see that here inducement was printed separately on its own before price now came inside of the flip zone before we started buying. Right? Inducement was price has to first come to print the inducement, then before we now came inside. This is the flip zone. This was the supply that failed, right? This is where the flip zone happened, and that was the last place we broke structure to the upside. So price came, printed an inducement separately on its own. Then before we now came back, take out the inducement, then we continue the buy to the upside. So this is the type A, right? This is the type A. Price came, printed an inducement on it. So anyone, the inducement might even go, price might do something like this. The inducement might even go as, and so far the inducement break structure, either internal, or even the external. This will not be the external, any one of them. So far it is an inducement, a very clear inducement that broke structure. Then before price will not come inside of the flip zone, then before we push to the upside. But the type B is that the inducement is from the leg. We are not expecting price to print the inducement, right? The inducement is from the leg. Then the price will just come and continue the buy. Hope that was clear. Yeah.
Thank you very much, man. That was very clear. Thank you.
Yeah. So those are the two types we have, right? So this is going to be the end of the live stream. I'm always confused. Okay, you know what will happen? I'll bring in a guest speaker next week. So yeah, I was able to organize the whole thing. So we'll be resuming the live the psychological talk next week. So possibly next week it will be choose randomly. But okay, I'll be giving out 3 accounts then next week Saturday. This Saturday, sorry, I say next week. This Saturday, I'll be giving out 3 10K pop accounts. So see you guys next week. If I have anything, I'm going to drop it on the channel. Preferring